all of your favorite R&B hits.
Jams from back in the day and a little something to keep your head nodding.
This
is Café Mocha.
Welcome to Café Mocha. I'm MC Light.
I'm the crazy one, Lonnie Love.
I'm the stable one, Angelique.
Whatever.
And I'm the guest, Nicole Ari Parker, a.k.a. Nikki Kojo.
Ho, ho.
And the topic of bullying is on everyone's mind. But we want to discuss the other side of the issue. Is your child a bully?
Uh-oh. Dr. Tart is here to talk to us about bullying. And we have my boy, comedian Rudy Rush, up next
On Café Mocha.
We're on the line with Rudy Rush, comedian. He's currently on tour with Cat Williams, and we're talking about bullying.
Mm-hmm.
And are you a parent, Rudy?
Yeah. My daughter's 7. So it's a little different with girls, but then not necessarily, because nowadays girls be going in.
Yeah.
So, you try to teach your kids to defend themselves and to speak up for themselves. And so we haven't had any issues yet, but it's just tough having a kid, because as a parent, you want to go in there, you want to strangle somebody else's kid, especially when they parent, like Nicole said, is just like oblivious to what their kid is doing.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Now, as parents, talking to Rudy and Nicole, as parents, why do you think that parents are so much in denial?
Well, I'm not a clinical psychologist, but I believe that if a child, I've had a little bit of experience, I don't want to go into it because I start sweating and getting upset, but I had a child bully my daughter, who's 8, and, part of me was very upset, but part of me has sense enough to know that this child at 8, with this much aggression, she's absorbing something happening in her house.
Mm-hmm.
You don't spit on people if you're not violently soaked in anger and somebody's treating you badly at home, or you're absorbing what's happening between mommy and daddy. So I immediately have some kind of compassion when they're very young and they're acting out like that.
What about when they're old? Like this incognito.
Like 16,
situation.
Texting and bullying and all that.
Well, just the football players, like he was just really going in.
On that note, I want to come back and talk about that, okay?
Yeah.
We've got Rudy Rush on the line. We're talking about, is your child a bully?
Yeah,
How do you become an adult bully? Not at all. It's Café Mocha.
Hey, this is Marsha Ambrosius with my ladies, MC Light, Angelique, and Lonnie Love on Café Mocha.
It's Café Mocha. We're on the line with Rudy Rush, comedian, on the road with Cat Williams. That must be a situation in itself.
I'll say one quick thing. It was like I was in the dressing room, in the green room. There was all kinds of like food and drinks in there. The lady was like, "Oh, your dressing room is over here." I had 3 waters and a towel. I was like, okay.
We got Rudy Rush on the line. We were talking about bullying, and you brought up a good point, Light, about...
Well, you know what? Now I've switched that point, because now I'm on to something else. I remember saying I had a really good conversation with Ja Rule one day, and I said to him, women, we learn to talk at a very early age because we're little, and we don't have the power and the muscle that you as men have. And he said, well, Light, I got to tell you, when you're little, you got to learn how to talk too. So I just thought of Cat Williams at the same time, and I've talked with Cat at some juncture where men who are bigger think they could just move him around the way they see fit for him to move. I don't know. Are you a big guy?
Well, you know what? If people think I'm big, like, I'm from Harlem, so it's like New York, it's like you stand big wherever you at.
Right.
So, like, when I go around the country, I don't get too many problems. But, like you said earlier, even with the football thing, you think that guy is too big to be bullied. But, emotionally, you don't know exactly at what point, especially with all the craziness going on, to what extreme this person is serious. So if you're calling me the N-word and saying you're going to do this and do that, how can I know whether you're serious or not? I need to step away from it. So I'm not too mad about that.
Mm-hmm. See, bullies also don't stand alone, Rudy. Would you agree? There's usually 4 or 5 of them surrounded by yes men,
Yeah,
you can't just roll. And that's part of the humiliation, is the public spectacle of it all. Some little kids at their locker, the bully's in the center of 4 people backing him up, and he says, "What you gonna do?" and knock his books down. He's embarrassed. He's outnumbered. He's there's a whole lot that goes into that moment of bullying. That a lot of people are responsible. When you're gonna call the principal, there's 5 parents that usually need to be called.
Yeah. And
It's Café Mocha.
Now they're separating the parents. Back when we were kids, the parents would come in the same room, but now the parents are fighting. So there's like, you know, like you said, Nicole, it comes from the household. What kind of household are you growing up? Are you growing up in a household where somebody was a bully and now they see their kids doing it and they don't think it's nothing? They think it's natural. And that's where the problem is.
It's Café Mocha. Is your child a bully? That's what we're talking about. More on the way.
This is Cuba Gooding Jr. with my ladies, MC Light, Angelique, and Lonnie Love on Café Mocha.
It's Café Mocha, talking with Rudy Rush about, is your child a bully? Now, you know, it's real, like, I've never really truly been a bully. I mean, I know.
I think you are a bully. You bully me all the time, Lonnie.
Ooh. No, that's, you know what? This is the
bullying.
thing. When I was always a big kid. And when you're a big kid, people gonna mess with you. Just like when you said you're a small kid, people mess with you. When you big, people mess with you too. It's like if you're normal size, you're cool. But when you're big, there are a lot of responsibilities that's put on big kids that, you know, you have to take care of other kids and, you know, people, you know, they'll come at you
to act like an adult.
And that kind of gives you that, I think, that aggression. But what do you do, like, in your situation when your child was being bullied by the other child? What did you do? What was it that you did to try to solve that?
Well, my daughter speaks clearly. I got the story from her. And
Number one, get the story.
Get the story.
Okay.
I was calm. Then I called the mother.
Okay.
I got a little bit of denial from the mother. Well, what are you talking about? What do you mean? My daughter didn't say that this is happening. Let me ask her. Put the phone down. I could hear her asking her daughter saying, denying it.
Okay.
And I'm saying, well, and I have to reaffirm the story. I'm looking at my child with food in her hair.
Okay.
So there's some validity.
Wow.
The food has left your child's mouth and is now in my child's face and hair. So we need to talk.
Whoa.
Okay.
And then the mother asked me, well, what should I do?
Wow.
And what'd you say?
I was very calm and I realized, okay, this is a very deep scenario.
Wow.
This is a case where there's a helplessness at home across the board. And I said, you know, I can't tell you what to do to your daughter. I can't tell you how to discipline your daughter. I said, I think you just need to ask yourself, what would you want another mother to do if it was your child?
Rudy Rush currently on tour with Cat Williams. You can also catch him on the new Comic View and Centric Comedy All-Stars. Find him at Rudy Rush on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, the whole deal. Rudy, thanks so much. On the way, we have Dr. Alduan Tart, clinical psychologist, to talk to us about tips, how you know when your child's a bully, and how to stop it. It's Café Mocha.
What's up, everybody? This is your boy, Teddy Riley, with my ladies, MC Light, Angelique, and Lonnie Love on Café Mocha.
It's Café Mocha. We're on the line with Dr. Alduan Tart, and you've got the top 5 signs that your child is a bully. What do you think those are?
All right, number 1, your child only associates with other mean kids.
Okay.
Number 2, you have seen your child intimidate other children, or you've seen it on their social media.
Okay.
3, with girls, indirect aggression you have to watch out for, meaning that they have other girls talk about other girls or not be friends with other girls. That's a form of bullying. 4, when you're talking to your child, they only say negative things about other kids. And then number 5, you notice with your own child, they have a lack of integrity.
Now, let me ask you this, Dr. Tart. Why do you think so many parents are in denial? Are they in denial, or are they just not seeing it?
Well, you know what? There are a lot of parents that don't spend time with their kids, and they couldn't tell you the first thing about what's going on. So,
as a mom, I would say, you know, that's one of the things in my that I feel a little safe about, because your child is away from you 8 to 10 hours a day when they start getting into elementary school. But the thing that I have done is I've really created from a very early age that line of communication. Speak clearly, tell me what's going on, sort out your feelings. You can always come to me. We reward honesty and those kinds of things at home. We and so that's all I really have when I'm trying to find out what happened on the playground at 8 years old. Because you hit it right on the head, Dr. Tart. That female aggression at 8, 9 years old is very indirect.
It's very covert.
Eye rolling happened yesterday. Little girl, my daughter said hi to her. She rolled her eyes at my daughter and told her that she didn't like the way she looked that day.
Wow.
You know, and this was her best friend yesterday.
Wow.
So that, you know, that third grade stuff starts to kick in, but it's a different kind of meanness. I can't call that child's mother. That's a moment that I have to let my daughter handle. Now, if she did something violent to my daughter, went too far, that's where I'd have to step in. But it's very difficult.
That's why I ain't a mama. When we come back, we're gonna have the tips to stop bullying with Dr. Tart on Café Mocha.
Wait a minute, baby, going too fast. I'm turn back.
Now that is what I'm talking about. This is Robin Thicke with my ladies MC Light, Angelique, and Lonnie Love on Café Mocha.
It's Café Mocha, y'all. We're on the line with Dr. Alduan Tart talking about bullying. Is your child a bully?
Is your child a bully? And Dr. Tart, what are the tips to stop your child from bullying?
All right, 1, teach them character at home. Teach them and require them to do acts of kindness. The opposite of bullying is actually love. So make it cool for them to actually say nice things about other people, too. When you hear them talking negatively about other people, or laughing, or supporting other people, stop them in their tracks and tell them that that's not okay, that's not cool. Even if you're a bystander letting someone be bullied, you seem like you're part of the pack. So step up, be a leader, and stop it. 3, go to the school and ask them to stop the anti-bullying campaigns that don't work and instead incorporate to where they build a school full of where they put love in place. Here's what I mean by that. You have to go about saying kind things to other people and you'll be graded on it. That is the only way to actually change it, and that's why you see less bullying in church environments, in church schools, and private schools, because they build it into the curriculum.
That's a brilliant idea.
Yeah, I love all those tips.
Another thing I just thought about it is build a community. So you don't bully someone that's in your same community. And there are a lot of kids that come and they're different. What a lot of schools do is they create these communities and allow themselves to do team building. It happens at work. A team that's highly connected has less bullying than a team that's disconnected. The same thing works at schools. And a lot of schools build these tribes. And when they build these tribes and they connect, they find that they automatically decrease the bullying because the kids are now more connected.
And the Lonnie tip is just whoop their ass. So,
oh my gosh, it's Café Mocha. Thank you, Dr. Tart.
You're welcome.
I'm Angelique with your Café Mocha Espresso. Good news if you're trying to sign up for healthcare coverage.
The president said today that despite the initial problems with the healthcare.gov website, it's working better now. 1 million people visited the website on Monday, mostly to see if they were covered for injuries suffered at Walmart on Black Friday.
And Mimi Leaks has a lot to be thankful for.
And I started feeling the pain under my breast and in my back. And then it moved to my shoulder. Greg kept saying, you got gas. And I was like, I do not have gas.
Yeah, not in your shoulder.
Not in my shoulder and under my breast. And I went to the emergency room, and I have pulmonary embolisms.
Oh my
Which
gosh.
is blood clots on your lungs.
That is deadly.
It is. It was from flying.
Primetime television now has one less black woman. Taraji P. Henson, star of Person of Interest, was just killed off the show.
How long in advance did you know that you were going to die?
I knew when I signed on to do the project.
Oh, you did? So you knew that people were going to be shocked?
Oh, absolutely. It was the toughest thing.
And you had to keep it a secret?
Oh, that was so hard because I don't lie well at all. I couldn't even tell my castmates.
Well, we still have Angela Bassett on American Horror Story and, of course, Scandal. That's your Café Mocha Espresso. I'm Angelique.
This is Café Mocha.
It's Café Mocha bringing you the light mix in full effect. DJ MC Light, yours truly, got Angelique, Lonnie Love up in the house. And of course, I'm celebrating this lady right here. No other reason. I mean, she doesn't have a record right now. She's working on one, I believe. She also does not have a birthday right now, but you know what? She's just fly at what she's done. And what she does. Great songwriter, great lyricist, but most importantly, she She brought dance to the stage. Recognize Café Mocha.
Baby, all I think about is our love. Finally, it's happened to me. Finally, it's happened to me. Right in front of my face, and I just cannot hide it.
It's the light mix, Café Mocha. Sing along now, here we go.
Don't you promise me the world? You've got to show me love.
Show me love at Café Mocha. It's the light mix at MC Light. Get at me. Woo!
Yeah.
It's Café Mocha. You're inside the light mix, giving you that flavor. Check us out at Café Mocha Radio and also CafeMochaRadio.com. Light mix. Here we go. You walk in. I woke up.
Check it out. Ooh, that dress so scandalous. She grew to the cruise and connected us. Not just urban, she bangs.
It's Café Mocha. That was the MC Light mix, Nicole.
Love it.
I see you was bobbing your head, girl.
Little bit.
That's right.
It was a good show, huh, Angelique?
I loved it. And guys, stop being in denial about your bad kids. You know, if you got a bully at home, you know it, okay? So stop playing, because you probably have the problem.
Uh-oh, straighten them out.
Or you know what? A lot of things that people are talking about, God is missing, and people are talking about character development is missing. But like he said, love and affection are really missing.
Yeah.
I hug my kids. We've been told we're going to spoil them, we're going to make them rotten. No, it's okay to hold your baby and say that they're beautiful and love them.
That's right.
And we're going to end on that.
And
We'll see
God
y'all
is
next
love.
week.
We'll see you next week, Lonnie Love.
Café Mocha.
Café Mocha is a production of Miles Ahead Broadcasting in association with Cumulus Media Networks. Executive producer Sheila Eldridge, writer and producer Angelique Perrin. For comments and more information, visit CafeMochaRadio.com.